Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Primetime Pat, back with another video. Today we're gonna review Arlette just dropped the not pop the balloon, but nah, she has blind date love. So she's gone ahead and changed it up, which I think is smart. I don't know how long you're gonna keep going with pop the balloon. You're gonna have to have crazy people on there to keep it more interesting. But blind date love, I guess, is more being on a blind date and not seeing the person ahead of time, which I would never do. I don't like people setting me up with females I've never seen, or just hook up with my homegirl or people I don't know like that. But let's go ahead and go through this. This is my first time watching it, so we both watching it together and we'll critique it. We just got all crazy type of dress codes now, man. It's wild. It is wild. Wow, she picked a very pretty girl for this one. She is very nice. Okay.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's your host, Arlette, and we are here today with Blind Date Love. Now, before we begin, if you'd like to be featured in any of these upcoming episodes, the submission form will be linked in the description box below. Make sure you go ahead and fill that out. Now, this is going to be separate from Pop the Balloon. So if you want to be featured in this specific segment of Blind Date Love, go ahead and click on that submission form below just to go ahead and be considered, and we'd love to have you on. So let's go ahead and get started. As you see here, we do have our wonderful single lady next to me. I'm going to go ahead and have you introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Sherelle. I'm 22. I'm an architectural drafter. So I came on this show today like I'm ready to find love. So I'm really excited.
Just so the guys can know a little bit more about you, what are some things like doing fun?
Yeah, so a lot of like my spare time is usually spent with like my friends and my family. But like personally, my own hobbies, like I've recently been getting into DJing. I don't do it in public yet, but that's something like I like to do for fun. I like going to the gym. Like that's just like my usual go-to right now.
All right, so we do have 5 single men on the other side of this curtain. I know they're just waiting to hear more about you and you more about them.
Absolutely.
And we do see here you have a set of questions.
I do.
And we're going to go through each round. You're going to ask them a couple of questions, whatever it is, get to know them. And after each round, I'm going to have you eliminate a guy until we are down to your match.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes, I am.
Guys, are we ready? Are we ready over there?
Most definitely.
Yes.
Okay, they don't sound ready to me, but whatever. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and have you start. with the
Yeah.
first question.
So my first question is like, can you state like a fun fact about yourself, or just like anything like, to let me get to know you more?
And let's start with your name and age as well. So we'll start with contestant number 1.
Hey, I'm contestant number 1. My name is Rick. I'm 25 years old. And I would say a fun fact for me would be being involved with kids. I love the community, so that's something that I'm most definitely interested in. Just being able to connect with children and to provide resources to people that are less fortunate.
That's really sweet.
And contestant number 2.
number two, I'm Andre. I'm 30. A fun fact about me is I like to make clothes. I taught myself how to sew. Taught myself how to do a lot of things. I like to be very hands-on with stuff.
And now for contestant number three.
That's a good guy, ladies. A man that can do anything with his hands. He's not going to be wasting to try to pay somebody else to do it. Think about that.
Contestant number three, my name is James. Um, what I like to do is mobile bartend. I run my own mobile bartending business. Been doing that for about a year and a half, and I really enjoy it.
Now contestant number four.
Contestant number four, my name is Tavier. I love to make music, love all things music, love to go to concerts, festivals, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
And contestant number five.
Hi, I'm contestant number five. My name is Kai. A fun fact about me, I guess, I love cars. I'm also an entrepreneur. I just bought my first water knife store. Yeah, love the big money.
Okay, all right. Nice to meet you all. I'm excited. Okay, go ahead and take it on to your next question.
Yeah, so definitely something I want to know about you guys is, have you ever cheated, and do you think it's like a deal breaker in a relationship?
Right on in. I'll start with
Get
contestant number
serious.
one.
Contestant number one. In my younger years, of course, cheating is something that you do because you learn in a relationship. But in the older years, I wouldn't say so. So no. And then a deal breaker, would cheating be a deal breaker? What form of cheating? If you're communicating with someone else, I kind of
Great question. Yeah, when I'm younger, I can probably let stuff like that slide. But as I get older, there's no excuses anymore. I can't really let it slide. And if I did it, I wouldn't expect the person I'm with to let it slide either. It just comes to a point where you guys better communicate your problems, so you don't have to go that route. But yeah, I catch you, especially in the position I am. If I'm paying bills and all that stuff, I'm not letting it slide. Like, I can't. That's a straight disrespect. You might as well spit in my face.
I feel like I'm someone who is a great man, so I don't necessarily kind of wouldn't give in to that in a sense. But it's like, if you're so involved with me, there shouldn't be no cheating.
Contestant number two.
Contestant number two, no, I never cheated, and it's definitely a deal breaker with me. Like, I don't share.
Oh,
All right. And contestant number three.
Contestant number three, yes, I have cheated. I don't think it's a deal breaker. I feel like it depends on the relationship, working on it, getting through it together, and just growing. And if you guys got to go your separate ways or move forward with it together, then that's what you got to do.
Contestant number four.
Contestant number four, honestly speaking, I don't understand the reason to cheat because, for me, I get in relationships because I, aspire that relationship. I want that relationship. So, personally, I haven't done that, but, and I do think it's a deal breaker because if you've cheated once, you're probably going to do it again. So,
And contestant number five.
Contestant number five, personally, I've never cheated. I do think it's a deal breaker, but I feel like it's a choice. If you chose to make that decision, step out willingly and, consciously make that decision. So you weren't thinking about how I would feel. So personally, because for me, I would cheat personally.
All right. Let's go ahead and throw in one more question in this round. And then we're gonna go ahead and.
So my last question for this round is, how open are you to therapy and issues related to mental health in men?
Okay, let's switch it up. Let's start with contestant number five first.
the reason why a lot of y'all in messed up relationships right now is because y'all ain't get therapy from whatever problem you had before. I realized after the last situation I was in, therapy is so important, bro. See, and therapy is good I see a black community, so for some reason we don't like to go to a psychologist or whatever the case may be. But a lot of y'all need therapy before y'all get in somebody else's life and mess that shit up. Go and get therapy, because sometimes you sitting down. I would say therapy, like therapy to me, kind of is talking to others, my friends, getting their feedback, stuff like that. But sometimes, and talking to the person in your relationship with. But some people, you do need that mediator in the middle to say, hey, you're not wrong, you're wrong, and this is wrong, the situation is wrong. Because some people just don't listen when it's from the person they're supposed to hear it from. It's sad you got to get it from somebody else, but it does for some people it does have to come to that point, because therapy is very important.
Contestant number 5. Sorry. My parents work in the behavioral health field, so I mean, I'm always open to. I'm kind of hip to it. I'm not against therapy. I just hope it's for the right reasons, not trying to prove a point or try and get over on somebody of pointing out their downfalls or where they lack. But I'm definitely.
No, it's not trying to prove a point, but it is trying to get out where they lack and stuff. Therapy. The purpose of therapy is coming to bring your problems to somebody and getting a solution out of it, whether it be a solution between you and that person, or that the person that's mediating the therapy giving you guys a solution. You have to point out those flaws. You wouldn't need it if there weren't any flaws. So you have to point those things out.
Down for it.
Okay. Contestant number 4.
I'm contestant number 4. I think therapy is very important for everybody. And personally speaking, I've dealt with some issues that, I needed therapy myself with, but didn't really go seek that. So I, feel like that's very important for everybody to do, to experience. So, yeah.
Okay. Number 3.
Contestant number 3. I think mental health is really important, but I'm not the type to really go to therapy right now. I'm open to it, but I'd rather just communicate and see where it is with it.
Contestant 2, I would say I'm open to it. I've actually been to therapy when I was in the military, so yeah, it's definitely helped me out. So I wouldn't mind going. Like if I had a problem, wouldn't mind going to seek therapy.
Okay. And number 1.
Contestant number 1, I say I'm most definitely open to therapy. I've been in therapy. I do social work as well, and so I'm helping people out all the time. And so even healing journals, Black men healing journals, if those individuals who never had one get one. So I'm all in support of mental health.
Right. I know you heard a lot.
I did hear a lot.
So unfortunately, it is time where we do have to eliminate someone from, our lineup of men.
Yeah.
From the 5 different guys we've heard, whose answers weren't you really resonating with?
I think for me, the person I wasn't resonating with the most was contestant number 3.
Okay.
Reasons is the cheating, and I don't think that's something in a relationship that you can necessarily jump back. Sorry,
backpedal from,
yeah,
recover from. I
I
guess.
don't think that's something you can necessarily work through. So yeah, that's my reasoning.
Okay, so we're eliminating contestant number 3.
Contestant number 3.
Okay,
yes.
contestant number 3. Let's have you come on out.
And I think they look good together, man. Sad. Yeah, he would look good with her.
You want to go right on over here? All right. So if you want to remind us of your name again.
James.
James. Okay. So James, she ended up eliminating you because of, the cheating thing and all of that. If you want to kind of elaborate on what you stated a little bit more, or do you understand where she's coming from
I
as
understand
well?
where she's coming from. I
Yeah.
feel like it's a deal breaker for a lot of people. Like I said, it depends on the relationship. Yeah.
All right. Well, we do thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. I
so much.
appreciate
Thank you for your time.
Nice meeting you as well.
Okay, that was our first elimination.
That was our first elimination.
Let's go ahead and move on to round 2. Hit them with the
Okay,
first
yeah.
question.
So my first question for the second round for you guys is, Do you prefer a partner that's more similar to you or different?
Okay, let's start with contestant number 1.
Contestant number one, I would say it kind of depends. I feel like differences can make each other better, but also those similarities are important as well because I want to do things with you. I want to go places with you, but we do have differences. Then I would
Well, I'm a dominant person, so two dominant people is not gonna work. I can't have a woman that's similar to me. Depending on what it is. Finances, I need a woman that's somewhat similar to me. Love, yes. Um, Caring, yes. Responsible, yes. But certain things like activities and stuff, I don't need you to be similar to me, really. So it all depends. It's a broad question.
be comfortable with learning what you like, and then you learning what I like, and then we do it together.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2, I would say it kind of just depends on the relationship. Obviously, we would have to have some things that are different so that I would be able to get to know you and you would be able to get to know me. But on the other hand, we would definitely share some of the same things as well because, I mean, if we're going to be working on something or a relationship, we are obviously going to have some of the same interests. But it's kind of going to go both ways.
All right, and contestant number 4.
I'm contestant number 4. I'll just say, pretty similar to these guys. It does really depend. For me, I find like the more you're similar with somebody, the more you can connect with them. So for me, I like to make music and do all things music related. So I like to go to concerts, festivals, do fun things. You know what I mean? And if you're not into that, it might just it might hinder our relationship just slightly. But I'm open to anything, to be honest with you. So.
And number 5.
Contest number 5. I'm kind of agree with everybody else. I do like the mix of the two, but I do like having differences. I feel like me personally, I like to hear like a different side of a story or a different view. Especially me, I'm very used to kind of hearing people being the same idea. So I like hearing that, that other perspective on it, personally. But yeah.
All right, good responses. Let's hit them with another question.
Okay, so my second question for you guys is what sets you apart from other men in today's dating culture?
Okay, let's switch it up. Let's start in the middle of the lineup. Let's start with number 2.
All right, contestant number 2, I would say what makes me different is I'm pretty hands-on and you don't have to tell me stuff. Like I pay attention to detail. And then like my background and just things that I've been through, as far as like growing up around women, I was brought up around women, so like I just kind of I have more of a caring side. I'm not just like out here just with no feelings, or like I actually think about my actions and stuff, and I'm the type like I don't do stuff that I don't want done to me because like I take things to the heart. So once I'm not feeling a certain way about you anymore, like it ain't no coming back from that. So I kind of try to keep that in mind as far as like how I'm moving to, so I wouldn't want to do anything that I wouldn't want you to do with me, pretty much.
Okay. All right, and let's hear from number 5.
Getting a fresh deal is what sets me aside. I feel like I'm my own person. So as far as like making decisions or just really, I feel like I've gotten as far as I've gotten based off my own experience and my own decisions I make. I'm not easily influenced, and if it's something I want to do, I'm going to do it. Obviously consideration to like, who I'm with, but I'm not like a follower. I make my own way, my own motion. So if I mess up, that's on me. I don't have to like drag anybody down with me. Like, I don't know, open my own 2 businesses by myself. I bought my dream car at 24. I just feel like I've just been moving at my own pace, doing my own thing. So I'm not really into like the other limelight or anything like that.
Okay, and number 4.
Contestant number 4. Ultimately, what makes me different is that I'm looking for marriage, to be real. Somebody I can build with, grow with, have kids with, spend the rest of my life with. So this is not just like a dating show for me. It's like, I want to get to know you. I want to know what you like, what you don't like. And hopefully, the connection builds and builds and builds. So we can further that relationship and ultimately just grow together in harmony on one accord. So
Okay.
Yeah.
And
You know how in the beginning of the dating stage when everything you say that sounds good, I want marriage and this and that. I hope they for real. Because everybody's answers sound too good.
and contestant number 1.
Contestant number 1. I would say for me, just attention to detail. I think what makes me different is just I enjoy paying attention to detail, being deliberate in what I do. And so with that being said, like everything that we're going to set out to do, we're going to be the best to do it. So whatever dreams you have, we're going to conquer those. Whatever dreams I have, we're going to conquer those. And just like contestant 4 said, you date to marry. So that's the intention. And so with the intentionality and us coming together, what's stopping us?
Okay.
Sweet.
All right, let's throw one more question into this round.
Okay, so another question I want to know from you guys is, what do you think is your biggest red flaw or flag?
Uh-oh.
Okay, let's start with contestant number 1.
Contestant number 1, my biggest red flag, it would be my heart. My heart put me in bad spots of just kind of people who do me wrong to be able to continue on and love them. And I think sometimes they can get you taken advantage of.
Contestant number 2.
That's not a big red flag for her. That's like saying the reason why you need to watch out for me is because I have a big heart no matter what. You guys not answering the question correctly.
2.
Contestant number 2, I would say the same thing, kind of like just my heart for real. Like
He said the
I
same
be
thing.
just too caring, and like I look past a lot of stuff. I give way too many second chances, and
Answers don't make any sense.
like I like to be for my people. So if I mess with you, I'm gonna give you 1,000 chances before I really just be like, all right, I'm done. So that's kind of like my biggest flaw right there.
Okay, number 4.
I'm not trying to steal their answer.
Your biggest flaw is giving other people chances. That's not a flaw for other people that other people gotta watch out for. A flaw is something that people gotta watch out for. Pretty much.
Or anything, but honestly, it is my heart, because I feel like I'm a very nice person sometimes,
answered
and
the
then
same
that
way.
kind of comes off and rubs off in the wrong way with certain people. So I just try to avoid doing that. You know what I mean? Because whoever I'm dating or pursuing to marry, that's who I want to be with. So I don't want anything else to come in between that. So yeah, I'll just say it's my heart, my caring nature. It's how my family is. It's how I grew up. So can't help it, but I'm working on it.
Okay, and our last guy, contestant number 5.
Contestant number 5, I feel like for me, it's probably going to be like my personality. I'm a people's person, so I do network, and it's easy for me to talk to people and kind of like, get my way. I meet myself into a room. I feel like that, especially if I'm going to be with somebody, I feel like they have to be able to understand that and know that like, I'm not like a quiet person, so I am going to be out networking. And I feel like, they just have to be strong enough and, have enough security to be able to withstand that and know that I do talk. I'm not like a very quiet person. It's gotten me into rooms I wouldn't have gotten if I was quiet. So I just feel like.
So you're saying your
perspective,
biggest flaw is
if
talking
I'm
too much.
moving a certain way, I'm
Say
trying
that.
to do certain things. I expect you to understand that and allow me to do what I need to do to make sure we're good.
Okay. All right, guys, that was round 2.
It's round 2.
So it's time to eliminate someone. Who are you leaning towards eliminating?
I am leaning towards contestant number 1. I'm just kind of not feeling that initial draw to him.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my reasoning today.
All right, well, I'm going to have you stand on over there, and let's go ahead and bring out contestant number 1. Hello.
Hey.
You can remind us of your name again?
Rich.
Rich,
Rich.
okay, Rich. So she ended up eliminating you. I think she said she wasn't really feeling your responses. how do you feel now that you've seen her? How do you feel now that you've seen him? Like, what's
Yeah.
going through your heads?
I mean, very beautiful. I mean, you got to be
Thank you.
yourself and be honest. So that's how I move.
Absolutely.
Was there anything specific he said that you were like, oh no?
No, I think I was just kind of leaning more
Everybody's answer
towards
was
other
pretty much the
responses
same.
Okay.
versus his. So obviously, I don't want to waste your time if I'm not getting that initial like impression or spark. So that's my reasoning today.
All right. Well, thank you so much
All
for
right,
coming
thank
on,
you.
Rich.
It is very hard to date without getting that first look at the physical attraction and then go to conversation afterwards. Well, I can't say necessarily because yeah, you do need to know what that person's on, how they answer questions, certain stuff. But physical attraction plays a big part in meeting somebody first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead and move on. All right. So we are now left with contestant number 2, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
Okay. We're down to our 3 remaining guys. Let's go ahead and go on to
So
round 3.
my first question for you guys will be like, what is your favorite pastime?
Okay. Let's start with contestant number 2.
My favorite pastime would be working on my businesses. So I own a clothing line, so I like to make clothes. I make a lot of clothes from scratch. I like to think of a lot of new designs for upcoming seasons and stuff I want to drop. I also breed French bulldogs, so I be with my dogs a lot. Or I do trucking as well, so I own a trucking company, so I like to take a drive. I'll take a drive at night and pretty much just get out, see the scenery, relax, just enjoy my time, peaceful time. I kind of like to, just be in my own little area, just, doing my own thing, not too much going out or anything. I like to, find activities or something, or, really just work on myself for real. If I'm gonna pass time, I at least want to work on myself and go ahead further, continue chasing my goals and getting to where I want to go.
Okay. Thank you. Let's hear from contestant number 4.
I would say my favorite pastime is traveling. I really, really, really love to travel because there's so much beauty in traveling. Get to meet new people, network, try new cuisines and all that.
I think every guy at this point is going to use that to try to catch some girl. Let's tell a woman you like to travel and you like to go out to eat all the time. Automatic. It's at this point it's automatic. it's too easy.
Different kind of stuff. And I like to do a lot of adrenaline rushing things while I'm traveling or, while I'm at home too. But yeah, I would just say overall, I really, really love to travel and go see new things, different things, because the world is so big and there's so many people in the world. So it's like, why not experience it, and learn it for yourself. And it also opens your mind to new things, new people, how they act versus how you act, because a lot of us can be very, very limited to our current situations or environments. And that's one thing I dislike, is to just have a one-sided mind. I like to be open to all people, understand all people. So traveling helps me open up and learn new things, see new things, taste new things, do new things, all the above.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
And let's hear from contestant number 5.
Contestant number 5, I do love the gym. I feel like that's like the greatest outlet in the world. I feel like we deal with all types of problems every day in our lives. I just feel like we all need to have a good positive outlet. Besides that, I'm gonna go back to my car. I love my car. I bought a Hellcat. I love it. It's the best thing in the world. I do like what contestant number 4 said, traveling. Traveling is great. It's nice to see the world, especially for how big it is. Especially when you live like in a local area and you haven't really been out, you don't understand how big the world is. Like when I went to Paris, opened my mind. I'm like, yo, this is real. Like this world is a real thing. So definitely the gym, my car, and traveling for sure. Pastime.
Okay.
Yeah. I definitely felt them on the traveling part as well.
Mm.
Me myself, I've been to 26 countries.
Okay.
So I completely understand. I think it definitely opens your mind to
Yeah.
new worlds and just gets yourself out of that bubble of
What did I tell you? Just tell a girl you like to go travel and eat, and you already got them. Easy, easy.
Living here in the US. So yeah, it was really great to hear.
Nice.
My next question for you guys, though, is if you could take me anywhere on a first date, where would you choose and why?
Okay, let's start with contestant number 4.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like doing things that build core memories for us. So, um, I know how to cook, so I'd like to cook for you. Take you home. We can go to the movies, do.
Not bring her back to the house. Come on, man. Don't say that on the first thing, man. You got to make it seem like you don't want to go back to the house. Not tell them that. Golly.
Whatever activity we both enjoy doing together, I definitely want to do that. But apart from that, if that's not something that's in the picture, I would say, a fancy dinner, because we gotta pop out, because we that couple. But other than that, picnic in the park is cool too. I can cook some food. We can go to the park, enjoy that, watch the sunset, nature, all that good stuff. So I'll just say anything that's really building core memories. Whoever I'm getting to know, I want to know what you like. So by the time we're doing these dates,
So all you need for that first date is get her a bouquet of flowers and a dinner date, yeah, at the park or somewhere nice. As simple as that. All you're doing is getting to know her. That's all it is. All that $500 dinners and all that bullshit, that bull crap. Just keep it simple, boss. You keep it simple. That first day, you figure out, am I going to continue talking to her or not? Or is she feeling me or not? Y'all shouldn't y'all should go on these dates not expecting anything from the person, but getting to know who they are so you can get that out the way and stop wasting your time.
and things like that, I will already have like a mental picture of what's gonna make you smile, what's gonna make you laugh, and all that stuff. So
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and hear from contestant number 5.
Contestant number 5, for a first date, I like to have fun, and especially if I don't know you, don't know me, we need to meet on a neutral ground. So I would probably find like a little cool speakeasy, trying to show you a little something different, a little hole in the wall type of vibe. Yeah, I like the speakeasies. There's a few of them out here, so definitely probably there, a restaurant, something. I mean, yeah, I'd probably go the speakeasy route, get a little snack.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. And contestant number 1. I'm sorry, contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2, it would kind of just depend, once we started texting and I kind of felt the vibe, kind of see which way I would more lean towards. But I would say something like outdoors, like something cool, like cool vibe, something not too, nothing like no club or nothing, or just something that we could both at least have a conversation at, and like enjoy the vibe, and see some scenery or something. Might go somewhere. It might be a little something fun at the end of the night, like some arcade type vibe, or some type of activity or something that we could just chill out, hang out, nothing too much high pressure or nothing, something relaxed, so we can actually get to know each other, and it's not so much pressure and so tense. Just come and have fun, and just really fill each other out.
All right, we have one more question for this round.
So my final question for this round is, why do you think most relationships fail today?
Okay, let's start with contestant number 2.
Most relationships fail because lack of finances and lack of communication. It is that simple. No other way around it. And one person not standing on business. You're a man that stands on business, you're not gonna let that woman put you in the ground. If you're a woman that stands on business, you're not gonna let that man disrespect you behind your back. It's simple as that. When two people know their place and don't disrupt what the other person is doing, to help the relationship, you guys will it'll be so much smooth.
I would say social media for sure. Social media is like it has everyone thinking it's just so.
That too. Y'all getting your advice from social media. Guys, guys, you can hear when a woman talks and say certain phrases where they got I can know automatically you got that from Instagram or some bullshit. Soon as I start hearing shit like that, I start drawing away very fast because that's where you're getting your advice from. You're not getting sound advice on top of that. It's okay to get advice from social media. It's just who you getting your advice from. And you can ask some females too. They messed up their relationship trying to get it back now because of shit they got off of social media.
So much out there that it's not, and then like a lot of people are really just into the hype right now. Everyone is just so focused on not missing out on something, and they think that they're gonna miss out on something, so it like kind of tends to make people do things that you weren't even normally do or even really wanted.
You guys up there pushing, trying to make your success come faster than it needs to be. You guys seeing everybody traveling, buying nonsense all day, getting credit cards, putting themselves in debt, and they have no money. Worry about yourself. You will get there.
But you just don't want to miss out, and you want to be a part of the vibe or the whatever scene is going on. So I would definitely say like social media is a part, and like just like not being present versus being just in a whole nother world instead of being where you are.
And contestant number 5.
Contestant number 5, I'm definitely gonna agree on the social media part. I also think music has a part to play into this. I feel like nobody really thinks for themselves nowadays, and it's like somebody's favorite artist says something, they're gonna automatically believe it and go through it. And I just feel like it's just not like, for example, if you go out, you're gonna see the same people going out. But if you look at it on social media, it looks lit. But if you see them at the club, they're just standing around like just doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it looks cool, but if you're really there, if you really know what's going on, you're gonna be like, yo, it's not really
just wasting money.
I definitely agree. Social media and music is just jading everybody's minds, and it's not how the real world works. It's just not. So social media and music is what I'm gonna say. Nobody really thinks for themselves anymore.
And contestant number 4.
I'll keep it short, but basically I'll say lack of communication. It's very, very big to communicate when you're in a relationship, because when you think about it, you're gonna get married to this person, hopefully. And if that happens, things aren't always gonna be so bright. So, the best way to solve those issues, those problems, is to communicate. And, I found like a lot of my friends, a lot of people I'm around, have problems with the relationships just because they're going to other people to talk about this and that their significant other did. And it's like, if you would have just went to your significant other the first time, you probably wouldn't have had that issue, that problem, whatever the case may be. You could have solved it in the blink of an eye. Because you decided to go to social media, like my boys said, or you listen to the music and let that influence you, or whatever the case may be. It's like, it's not gonna work, even if you don't do those things and you don't have communication. You got to have communication overall.
Meet Waterpik Sensonic Complete Care, the #1 recommended water flosser brand combined.
All right, it is the end of this round.
It is the end of the round.
I know those are pretty good responses.
These are great responses.
Fortunately, we do have to get rid of one of those guys. Got to eliminate them.
So the person I'm picking this round to eliminate will be contestant number 2.
Okay, I'm gonna stand on over there.
Yeah, some good answers too.
Contestant number 2, let me have you come on out. All right, you can stand right over there. Okay, so why do we lean towards eliminating contestant number 2?
I think for me, when it came around to that date question, I kind of feel like it was not really like a lot of effort thought or put into it when it came to what could possibly be done. But that's just me. Like, I'm definitely like a more outgoing girl, I feel like. So I don't know. I just feel like
Just wanted a
I
little
didn't really
more-
resonate that much with your answer today.
All right. And then, sorry, if you can remind us of your name again.
Andre.
Oh, Andre, you don't got a mic?
I got it.
Oh, there you go.
Andre.
Andre, okay. Well, Andre, we do thank you so much for coming on. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we are in our final round.
Final round.
Final round. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on with our questions. We do have contestant 4 and 5 left, so let's
Okay.
get in with the first question.
So, what I would like to know is what is the most spontaneous thing you've ever done?
Ooh, okay, contestant number 4.
I've done a lot of spontaneous things. So, for example, I drove myself across the country, changed my life. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, originally from Kenya, but I moved to LA and I drove myself over there to pursue my dreams and my career. But I will say the biggest thing I've done was, I would say, well, I'm gonna give you 2. I flew out of the country alone to London, had the best experience of my life. But the biggest thing I wanted to say was I jumped off like one of the buildings in Las Vegas. It's called the Strat Tower. It really boosted my confidence. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I can do anything. Like I'm fearful. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. All right, contestant number 5. Let's hear from you.
Contestant number 5. Geez. The most spontaneous thing I think I've ever done was kind of the same thing he did. Traveled a little bit. Went to Paris for a week, then took a train to Amsterdam. There for a week. You know, that traveling stuff and going out the country was really just a nice break from everything. But that's probably the most spontaneous thing. I was like, yeah, let me get my passport, start checking off these countries, getting these stamps. Went to Jamaica too, but nothing compared. I was out in Paris for Fashion Week, so I was like, I gotta go. I need to get lit, and that's what I did. Yeah.
Okay.
What would you say is the most spontaneous thing you've done?
Oh, wow.
She said, I wasn't expecting this.
I feel like I've done a lot in my life, but kind of piggybacking off of like them is just definitely being able to solo travel as well as like with my best friend. We actually share the same birthday, so we always travel together, and I feel like my times with her are just always so grand, and I'm so appreciative of the time we have together. So I would say like my times with her is always just so spontaneous. It's just, I love it. Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and start off with that second question.
So my second question is like, what's a long-term goal you guys would like to achieve?
Okay, let's start with contestant 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. Contestant number 5. Definitely financial freedom. I do not like stress. I mean, I know it's a part of like everyday life, but I know like me personally, I like to, have a good time. So I would love to be, I understand financial freedom is not necessarily like super duper tame, but I would love to just be able to do whatever I want. I just feel like I don't want to stress about bills, yada, yada. So I definitely think a long-term goal is to get myself good now. So in the long run, I don't really have to worry about stuff like, like I said, I just bought my dream car at 24. I'm about to be 25. So I kind of let you know where I plan on heading. So I'm just like, I don't really care about, the fun stuff now. Like I can do that later on if I just, play on my cards right. So right now it's time to grind and build my legacy. So when I do decide to settle down, have kids and everything, I can do that without, really having to worry about it. So, definitely financial freedom for sure.
Okay, contestant number 4.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I'm really, really, really interested in building a family because that's just something I didn't grow up with like a lot around me. As far as like intermediate family, I didn't grow up with a lot of that around me, but I have always had like cousins and aunties and uncles and stuff around me. But ultimately, it's just getting to where God wants me to be urgently, because life is really, really short. And when you think about it, there really is no time. Like, there's no time at all to do anything. So I just want to do everything that I'm supposed to do, everything that I'm meant to do while I'm here. And I want to succeed and strive to that at the fullest of my capabilities, basically.
Okay.
All right, next question.
So, my final question for this round is, how do you like to show your affection to the people you care about?
Okay, contestant number 4.
Quality time. Whoever I love is someone that I want to be around. So if that's you, then I just want to be around you and spoil you, treat you to what you like to do. But that goes vice versa. We do that towards each other, which builds a better relationship versus one person just doing something. But honestly, it's quality time. Getting to know my partner, because you can never know someone 100%. There's always something that you're gonna miss, or something that you need to know that you didn't know, something you can do better. And I know everyone likes attention, everyone, in general. So showing that girl, that woman, attention is very important for me, because I know without that, there's a lot of problems that can hinder your relationship and whatever the case may be. And I don't want any problems in my relationship. So it's just quality time, attention, and just love and care, really.
Okay. All right, let's hear from contestant 5.
I think for me, showing my affection, like I said, I was raised a certain way. So it's definitely going to be, I hate to say it, a little bit more on the materialistic side. I'm definitely in tune with my affection and obviously being able to speak. But I know me, like I said, I like nice things. So if you buy me some nice thing, that's my love language. So I'm going to reciprocate that to you, as well as, as well as a verbal and reassure you side. Quality time for sure. It's just, I like you. I'm going to buy you a bag or something, but that's only if you my girl. That's only my girl though. Whatever. So, but definitely I look nice. I want you to look nice.
All right. Tough one. We're down to our last 2 guys.
Our last 2 men.
Elimination time. Which one out of these 2 contestants, all of the responses really resonated with you? You loved what you heard, whatever it may be. Which one out of these 2 are we eliminating?
Bib and Tucker Double Char. One sip takes you back to a flavorful age where fire brought people together. Delicious.
I think for me, it'll be contestant number 5.
Okay.
I think overall, I was kind of leaning towards the other person more, and just the attention to detail and just the intention of what you want going into a relationship and building that bond with the person. So I think the other person's answers resonated with me more versus contestant number 5 today.
All right.
Both great.
You could go ahead and stand on over there. All right, contestant number 5, come on out. All right, I'll have you stand there. Okay, if you want to remind us of your name again.
Hi, my name is Kai.
Hi, okay. So you did end up eliminating him. Was there anything specific he said that you were like, oh, you know what? I'm definitely going to steer more towards contestant number 4?
I think it was kind of your last comment on my final answer in terms of the materialistic. I love gifts. I love giving gifts to my friends and my family. It's also another love language of mine, but I think that bond is much more important to me than, the other stuff.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
That's why I said, I was I was raised a certain way, so I understand my view is going to be a little different, but.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
you.
Nice meeting you as well.
Okay. Stay right on there, girl. Okay. So you did end up picking contestant number 4. So let's go ahead and bring out your match. Come on out.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'll have you just stand over
Sherelle.
here.
Bro,
Sherelle.
Tavia,
Tay.
nice to meet you.
Yeah, you're beautiful.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yes, ma'am.
So I know you said a lot of his responses really resonated with you.
Mhm.
What really sealed the deal for you?
I just think how, I don't know, the way you articulated things, like that's just kind of how even I would respond to some of like my answers I asked today. And also your view on like mental health and everything, like that's so important to me. I'm a big advocacy for therapy. So yeah, I think that's just my final,
Okay.
I was just like, okay, like I think I'm leaning more towards this way, and I think like just as we went on, that's just kind of sealed the deal for me.
All right. So now you see your date. How are you feeling? How are you feeling, sir?
Mr. Money Man. I'm just playing. No, but she's a beautiful young lady.
Yeah.
I loved your responses too when she did ask you some questions. I really like your vibe and everything like that. You have a beautiful smile as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, so
Yeah, we're real happy.
All right. Well, I can't wait to hear about this follow-up.
Yeah.
Okay. I hope we get lots of dates and we hear good stuff.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
really, really happy for you too.
Can we go
Yeah.
skydiving?
Oh.
Just playing.
Damn, boy. Hold on.
All right. You guys keep going on.
Thank you,
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into this episode.
Yeah, this is a little bit different. I'm not too big into blind dates, but I get it because you're based it on how people answer your questions, which is very important also, besides just looks. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments. I'm gonna leave the link for the full video. Well, this was the full video, but yeah, her full video. Go ahead, guys, and subscribe. Watch my other videos. Your boy PrimeTimePat. Peace.